All right, guys. Fulu coming to you with another commentary. Shout outs to the subscriber who brought this to my attention. Um, as a disclaimer, I don't rock with Fresh and Fit, and I don't rock with Brittany Renner. You guys already know that. I don't rock with DJ Academics. I feel like one of them is a gaslighter, being DJ Academics. And I think the two of them are frauds, masking themselves in something that they don't even do. And also, um, the 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 woman, I think, is your classic 304, trying to mask herself as someone who did God's work. But let's get into this commentary. Let's see how foolish these goofballs sound. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
I spoke clay before I spoke words. Just out of raw clay, you can make amazing things. A little bit of clay can build your house. A little bit of clay can build a sculpture. For me, it was the beginning of my story to tell.
We start
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Men and women, we're very different. We have opposing goals.
Fresh, great idea was don't tell Myra until today. So we walk in, you first see Brittany Renner, and we're thinking you're probably gonna be like, okay, shit, we're gonna have this great debate. But you said
On a random note, Fit doesn't even know how to wear jewelry right. I mean, like, seriously, bro, his jewelry looks tacky as shit. Like, I'm sorry, bro, like, but, I mean, if you're like classic and you're like a vintage nigga, you wear jewelry right, man. You wear like Cuban links the right way and stuff like that. He looks tacky, bro.
said initially, like, I don't think there's much to really debate. Why?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We've always said it, like, men and women, we're very different. We have opposing goals. Like, girls are trying to, get resources, time, attention out of guys. Guys are trying to get sex. And
okay, sex is part of it. Okay, sex is just a part of it. But a man who is traditional, especially an African traditional man, is trying to get his lineage to continue, peace, and also someone who's going to be able to raise the kids out to continue his legacy and be successful. Sex is just part of it. Second of all, he's looking for a woman who can maybe even bring even more out of him than he thought he had. So they're looking at it from the modern Western perspective.
girls, a lot of the time, are trying to get what they need to get out of dudes without necessarily giving it up. And some girls are good at it, some girls aren't. And then there's other girls that are kind of models for that are good at finessing dudes. And not to say that you're a finesser. I ain't saying.
I mean, the reason why she's giggling is because she knows that's her. She knows that as soon as she posted that Instagram live video saying that she's moving back home in her mom's house, the main thing is that I'm pretty sure she had a lot of cash apps going to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but girls are able to, run laps around a lot of guys. And that's why our podcast exists, to help dudes out to understand, how women.
But at the same time, why are you promoting your podcast when you do the exact same thing? when you lead with money, when you have a profile on, what's that dating website they have a profile on? I think it's called something arrangements, something like that. They have a profile on that dating site, man. So why are they talking as if they don't do the same thing, as if they don't lead with their wallet? You see this dude, Fresh. You see him all the time talking about, okay, guys, we're at the restaurant right now. We're going to pay for the bill. Same thing with these basic ass looking women, too.
Operate and how they move.
Now, you have a different point of view.
Wait. Where do you think she fits in that? Because, I think her point of view would be diametrically opposed to you guys by saying, well, I'm not the exact typical person who you may think dudes are running into or you're trying to tell people to stay away from.
I mean, well, sure, she could tell. She was saying that we're wrong, I guess, about that.
Well,
so you tell us a little bit about yourself. Then.
No, I think you know more about me than I do myself. So you're saying...
Okay, so when they get defensive like that because they get called out on their stuff, this is when it becomes which one call it swinging contest. It becomes a dick swinging contest. So get prepared for that. Prepare for that. Anytime you call a woman out on her stuff, be prepared for her to lead with her emotions rather than logic.
No, obviously you do, though, because you said that you warn guys about girls like me. So tell me about girls like me.
Just
Humor
women
me.
in general. Like, I mean,
don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here
This is an off-camera conversation.
that you did say that
That's true.
you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the
I'm
key.
not special.
Like,
So-
you're like other women that are
So
like...
what makes you special then?
This is what happens when you deflect, because the thing is that she wants to be labeled as special. She wants to be labeled as such. But at the same time, it's too late for that because of the simple fact she told on herself many times. I can pull up the video of her in the car talking about how many people she had sex with. I can pull up the video in the car, her talking about stepdads each season. I can pull up the video of her twerking in a college party. Okay? So her reputation is forever done. You know what I mean? Because the simple fact that, hey, we know your track record. And on top of that, there were ones before you whose reputation was tarnished too. You look at Karen Steffens. She was trying to get rid of the superhead moniker so much, but she wasn't able to do it. It was already too late.
I never said I was. But you're trying to say, well, what makes me different from... Like, a lot of women operate the way you do.
And how do I operate?
In general, what I just said before, women, it's a dance between the two genders. Men are trying to get sex. Women are trying to get resources, time, attention, whatever it is that they're looking for. And a lot of girls play the game better than guys. We talk about this openly on our podcast, and we're teaching guys.
Okay, you can't give a woman power, which he's doing. He's giving a woman power instead of saying women. He said women are better than men at doing this. You have to say that maybe women are more aware than men at doing this, not better.
How to not necessarily get finesse and get what they want out of girls, which a lot of the times is intimacy, but they're not able to get it. But girls are easily able to obtain money, time, resource, attention, whatever it is. Girls are running laps around dudes, which is why podcasts like ours exist.
Do you believe that Brittany has been effective in extracting, as you say, time, resources, and other things out of dudes?
And you see DJ Akademiks trying to gaslight it when he knows the answer to the damn question that he just asked. He already knows the answer, and this guy is trying to gaslight.
Yeah, to a degree, sure. Yeah. I mean, like, a lot of girls want to do. I mean, well, here's the thing. You've been so adamant about me being incorrect, and I don't know, and you don't know me, and all this other stuff. Tell me then. Maybe we're off. Who knows?
Well, I think, first of all, let's bring it back a couple notches. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, there's really...
You can tell by how she moves that she needs help and that, she's just damaged woman. You can tell, man. You can just tell.
A lot to unpack here, because my first question to you is, what do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch ass nigga, that does something for me.
So now she's getting defensive because here's the thing. When a guy gets his power, when a guy realizes that, hey, wait a minute, like, I don't have to put up with this. Hey, wait a minute. I'm numero uno. I'm head honcho. I'm that guy. When a guy finds that out about himself and he calls women out on their bullshit, that woman gets defensive because this woman is used to simps that will pay, have probably cashed up her and things like that, and have probably yes ma'am'd her. So when a guy does not do that, she gets very defensive.
Right? If I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? No, but that doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you? If I just say that again, you're forgettable. That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it.
If you're looking for the ultimate gun belt for concealed carry, you've come to the right place.
I see the value in it, right?
Okay,
that's how I feel, right? But so that's fine.
Okay, well, I mean, at the same time, it's like, okay, well, there kind of isn't any value in it because they do opposite of what they say. You're just insulting them because you got called out on your stuff.
But for me, that's okay if it wasn't a fit for me. But I also don't need to, in a way kind of try to devalue what you guys have going on. Because at the end of the day, I may not agree with anything you guys talk about.
Okay, so what she's getting at is that she doesn't want anybody to devalue what she did. Like devalue like how she moved and how she finessed dudes and how she ended up having a baby by one of the dudes.
Honestly, I feel like when you've seen 2 or 3 videos, you've seen them all. But the reality is that I went to your guys' page and I went to the different links and the different services and the courses that you guys offer. And I do see that there's a place for that. So even though it may not have been in alignment with what I am about, I can still give credit where it's due without trying to devalue you guys, because you guys are doing something special, right? Because you guys are, I mean, are there a lot of other people doing what you do? You could consider your guys' podcast special, right?
I think what she's mentioned is like the self-help portion for dudes, where you guys offer services to, help guys, either attract or try to talk to women and really engage with them at a higher rate that you could, potentially date them, right?
Yeah.
I guess the point.
You saw how they said, yeah, how they looked at each other. That's a sign that they know what they offer is shit,
That I think she's disagreeing with, right? When
I'm simply asking her to tell us about herself because we were so incorrect. So tell us about yourself. That's all I'm saying. And then she went into attacking us. And
no one's attacking you because, like I said, listen. There's a lot of people that will not sit down and have a conversation with you just because of the comments that you guys made. Well, you made, and you chimed in. So you guys are tweedledee and tweedledum kind of, right? So
as you see, she's very upset, and this is what happens with a woman when they're upset for the most part, and it happens with some guys too. They don't think before they speak. They just speak. So in one notion, she said that she's not attacking them, but in the next very sentence, she calls them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You know what I mean? So this is what happens when you have these type of, like when you have women who don't have emotional boundaries.
I'm here to have a conversation with you guys because for me, I feel like what a lot of male-dominated podcasts are missing is the bridge of understanding. So I came here not to argue you guys or to call you out of your name or to disrespect what anybody's doing.
But she just called them out of their name. Wow.
Because I felt like the interview I had with him, there were things that he said I didn't agree with, but I wanted to sit down and hear his point of view. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So for you to say you're not special, well, I'm special to someone, just like you're special to someone, just like he's.
Well, she's special to women who are about the same thing. Like, what's her name? Blue Jasmine and women like that. That's who she's special to.
Special to someone. So for you trying to generalize all groups of women, then we would have to take it back to where this even began. Like why you even have this view of women. And like I said, you have a bunch of dumbass bitches on your guys' podcast. And I get it, they don't challenge you. And I know you're a really smart guy. But it's like, I feel like you.
So what does that make you then? That's my question. What does that make you?
Need to kind of just be honest and show people who you really are. Like, I know that for people to be dragging you guys and say, take this little clip and say that's who you are, that's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. So when you make I'm saying when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow.
Now, to their defense, and I usually wouldn't defend them, but it's just certain groups of women. It's not all women. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to defend them by any means, but I'm just saying that it's certain groups of women. It's not all women that they talking about.
That's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. So when you make I'm saying when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow.
All right, the video is messing up. I don't know what the situation is.
This little clip and say that's who you are, that's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. So when you make I'm saying when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow.
I think also
She wanted a whole right there.
Honestly.
So, what needs to be said again, as I reiterated in the beginning, that's not all a man wants. A man knows that, like, that if they wanted just, sex, I mean, if they wanted just to get that, they can pay for a prostitute, you know what I mean? Go to a strip club or something like that. That's not all a man wants, you know what I mean? A man wants more than that, you know. Man wants, like, to be able to have, like, again, the lineage, without giving too much information. I don't want to, like, put out business, you know, but I think, like, Sheikh Ahmed Bamba had more than 20 kids, you know. I think El Hajj Umar Tal Rahmatullah Alayh, I think he had, like, maybe, they said there were numbers like up to 100 kids, you know what I mean? You have guys like the Sultan Mohammedu Bello, I think he had like up to 23 kids, you know, so that's what a man wants, you know, and, you know, with the grace and mercy of Allah, he's able to take care of all of them.
It's just, I speak with conviction. Yeah, I mean, for you to say girls like me, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm assuming if I go off of what people have said about me, I'm a gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I lived with and wanted to marry me and still would want to have more kids with me if I wanted to stay with him.
Keyword, he wanted to marry her. She didn't want to marry him, right? And I mean, if he saw the video, you know, if he saw that video of her talking about like how athletes are easy and that they don't use protection, and talking about her rap sheet, perhaps there would have been a different outcome. But because he didn't see that video, this is why the outcome had happened the way it did. And, you know, she doesn't mind that a kid came out of that outcome. You know, she doesn't care, really. Because that's what her aim was. Now that she got the bag from the kid, you see her in this mode of thinking.
Nest him, and I guess I'm a gold digger. And so all girls
right,
like
let's
that.
bring this back full circle, because you're speaking with a lot of emotion right now, and to be honest, you're not really making a point. I said at the top, men and women, it's a delicate dance between the two genders to get what they want, correct? I said men want sex, women want resources, attention, money, time, whatever it is from a man. It changes per girl. Some girls want money, some girls want attention.
They want sex too, believe it or not. Women want sex too. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, they do want sex, you know. But the key is, if a woman likes you, you're not gonna have to give. Like, if she's sexually attracted to you, you're not gonna have to leave with your wallet. She's just gonna drop the panties, you know. And while I choose to abstain, you know, not to brag, but you know, I have opportunities every other day if I was on that type of time, you know, but I'm not at the end of the day, you know. But women want sex too, just as much as guys.
Some girls want time, some girls want a hot guy, whatever it is. But there's a multivariate requirement from women of what they want. Men typically it's just sex. So in that regards of intersexual dynamics between men and women, I'm saying
It depends on what type of man you talk to. If you're talking to a man who has this stuff together, he's not gonna just want sex, right? If you're talking to a man who, like, basically lives vicariously through rap videos and, you know, social media, when he sees on social media, then obviously he's gonna want sex for the most part, right? So it depends on what type of man you're talking about.
not special because you're like every other girl. You want to get resource, time, attention, or whatever it may be, commitment from a man, and a man wants to get sex from you. So when it comes to that, we're talking about biology of what men want from women. You are not special. You are just like every other girl, just like I'm every other guy. The difference is this. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm special, I'm Myron Gaines, I can do this and that. We we said all the time, city boys up, ba-da-da. Like, we don't sit here and try to make ourselves look special. We're regular guys. We want sex. It is what it is. But women run around and say, I'm special, I'm different, oh, da-da-da-da. It's like, nah, bro, y'all don't live in reality a lot of times. You guys say, I deserve that, I deserve this, I'm special. Someone looks at me as special, like, bro, at the end of the day, you're a woman, I'm a guy. You are playing the game to get what you want out of the relationship. I'm playing the game to get what I want out of the relationship, or temporary relationship, whatever it is. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm special. That's what I'm talking about. You could say you're special in other regards, but I'm talking about between men and women, that is the game. That's how it is.
No, hold on.
Okay. There's video of him actually saying otherwise, that, you know, his body count is such and such, that he's alpha, that he's high value, and he got in a yelling contest with someone and what have you. Now, let's look at what happened behind stage, and let's look at why whatchamacallit was so quiet. You know, Fresh has said Brittany Renner might like me. This is what happened behind the scenes.
Confused about which credit card to apply for? Karma Confidence Technology shows you cards you're most...
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Yo, this guy's a vlog king, man. Look at this guy, man. Rallies.
Yeah. I gotta go with the flow. So you get around. Hey, we set a fire.
Y'all say
Brittany Renner. Look, she's not
right now. You know what I mean? He usually has multiple rallies.
Yeah. I gotta go with the flow. So you get around. Hey, we had a fire interview. Brittany Renner. Look, she's not a bad girl, man. I mean,
You hear that? She's not a bad girl, man. You hear that? Wow. These dudes are... I don't know what else to say, really.
mistakes in the past, but she's pretty cool.
I wouldn't call them mistakes. Y'all say mistakes, okay?
Don't try to shame my
Those
queen, brother.
mistakes.
Queen?
Don't try to shame my queen, my man.
Listen.
Okay.
And see, that's why I don't like Akademiks with his gaslighting ass. Had the nerve to call her a queen. Like hell she is. God. Yeah, he's a goofy. Akademiks is goofy too, bro.
If it brought me an awareness.
If you learn something from it, that's a mistake.
There you go.
You tried it though.
I tried it.
I got to know you for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Mike, this nigga locked in like, oh shit.
No, I've been doing work all day, man. I can't even have a break.
Oh shit.
I got a break.
Joe, man.
Call Peter.
Call Peter.
So yeah, as you see, Fresh and Fit or Tweedledee and Brittany Renner's Tweedledum and Akademiks. I haven't thought of a name yet, but when you get 3 peas in a pod that are alike, you get those kind of results. But anyhow, man, what I would recommend you guys to do is just read about vintage niggas who, you know, they live by their rules and they didn't go by these rules. You know what I mean? I would read about them. Don't listen to these guys. You know, don't listen to Brittany Renner either. You know, take it for what it is. You know, use it as a means to get information, but don't use it as a means to apply what they say in their life or think the way they think. You know what I mean? But anyhow, full of signing out. I'm John Armour.